I don't count because I feel like when you think numbers, you start putting yourself under pressure.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So I don't count. I just live.
Never have I ever used a dating app. Hmm? Hmm?
Wait, use does it include download?
What do you mean?
just shut up and answer.
Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Wine and Just Also. And today I'm here with a couple of my friends, actually super close friends of mine, whom I've known for the longest time, say 10 years, majorly. And we're here to discuss a very, very, very sensational and scary topic for most people: life on the top floor, aka life after 30. And I have three of my friends, and number one is Afam, who's a business analyst and also a part-time baby boy, well, formerly baby boy because now, plus 30 has happened. And also, I have my friend, business partner Miriam Giwa, fashion enthusiast, and the Sunki of Lagos, nightlife connoisseur, lifestyle connoisseur. I mean, he came here buzzed, and I mean, that's the thing that someone that's protective will not do. So let's jump right into conversation. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Why do you seem shocked? What happened?
Because you're unfortunate.
Didn't you come to this set late and also dressing like you're paying for the entire set?
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
I
Miriam.
know,
My
right?
name.
Wow.
All right, so let's just jump to conversation. What does it feel like being 30? Because I know for many people they dread, that they dread the top floor. They're always like, please, even those at 29. We've seen people that bought people in Nigeria. They say, oh no, I'm 24. They keep aging backwards, right, based on their age. So what does it feel like being 30? I think I'll start with that.
I think the age 30 has been mythicized because perhaps, as you guys would agree with me, you turn 30 and it's just another day in your life. Nothing changes. It's the same set of things you've been doing when you were 29, 28 that you're still going to do at 30 and after 30. I mean, there's the physical side of it where things might start to change a little bit for
Like
you.
your knees are no longer kneeling.
No, my knees are still kneeling.
For some people, right? It depends on your lifestyle, obviously. If you're very active, then you might not feel like the effects of that. But for some people that live a more sedentary lifestyle, that could start to show up at or after 30. You kind of have to be more conscious about your health, your physical attributes, and all of those things after 30. But every other thing is like after that, mental, social. I don't think it's changes by any means. I mean, you don't start going to bed at just because you turn 30. I've always had this bad habit of sleeping past 12, most times 2.
So now you don't just stay on the couch and fall asleep.
I've never done that.
That's interesting. Maybe because I just new into this 30 thing. Because I know. But I mean, so let me ask Sunki. Because Sunki celebrated his 30th for like 2 weeks. You think it was
3
I saw it on my Instagram.
Because
across continents.
It started
was
like
across continents.
becoming 30.
Different.
Then on 30.
And
And he did it in Lagos, did it in Dubai, did it in Abuja.
Across countries.
Okay, I
You
think
think was
it's the time
celebrating
I-
like his
this is
golden
the time I
jubilee.
sip the tea for this.
When it's a plus 30 thing, we actually coffee values. So I mean, you seem like you were enthusiastic about becoming 30,
Right.
and it was beautiful to see how you celebrated such an age that people sort of always either dread or they sort of hide it, right? So what was it like for you, approaching that particular landmark age?
So for me, right, I just feel like the old age thing has to do with like different phase of your life, whereby you just feel like, okay, so for the 20s, I just feel like that was the 10 years of wandering and trying to explore the whole balance of, okay, what do you think you can do, or what do you think is meant for you? You can actually switch. You can do about trying different things. You get me? It's just the 10 years of
So it's like the experimental
you get
phase of
me.
your life, right?
And now this is not to displace every other person that got it right in their 20s, because I mean, life happens to people in a different way, right? But like the majority, your 20s is meant to be like when you're like relationship wise, also wise and everything, just trying out everything. So I feel like when you're 30, you just it's like an age of being at peace with yourself. Like you
Right.
finally said, okay, you know what? I've tried it all. Yes, every other thing can come, but like for right now, I mean, at 30, you shouldn't sound stupid with what you do. I'm so sorry.
So you should have gotten like clarity at
Yeah,
certain
you get
time.
me. I feel 30 is like your clarity stage. It's like
You
your
said life begins at 40.
yeah. No, so,
So,
okay, so
yeah.
the next 30 is way that you know that okay, well, after this 10 years of the clarity,
Okay.
you are not a fool afterwards,
Okay.
which is the 40.
So you're full
So
at
it's cause
40.
it's
That's why they're
celebration.
saying,
Yeah, so it's more like a celebration of
oh.
I know be fool last so
Okay then.
Oh,
Awesome.
God.
So I mean, not like I'm living out of this thing because I mean, it feels like people celebrate like their 30s in different ways. You know, some people say, oh, I'll celebrate like my 10th-year-old birthday. You know, like my 21st must be loud. And this year, I think most of my friends turned 30 this year. Majority of my friends, and it felt like I don't understand.
They are coming.
What
We're
happened to my age,
waiting. We're
right?
waiting.
And I know, you know, you had 3 club parties. You know, you had like an intercontinental. In fact, you had 3 club parties in Nigeria, you had 3 in Dubai. You had like an entire birthday.
It's funky.
Not like I'm leaving you out. You rented an entire hall for your 30th birthday.
No. Chill.
No,
Chill.
hold on.
Chill. Wait.
Oh, good dear. For Miriam to say we want to do Ashwebi. Because Miriam rented hall. Miriam got event planner. Miriam did decor. Miriam wore 3 different outfits. One for every 10 years that I spent in this world.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
So what was it like?
Happy
for
birthday
you?
once
And what was the
again.
reason for
No,
that?
say happy birthday once again.
Happy birthday once again. Miriam.
Wow.
Happy married life because that thing was see that thing was it was a wedding.
Okay,
There was
wait.
just no group.
Oh, wait.
Because
Hey, we coming down.
so tell me,
So-
what is your audacity?
Is that I don't think my birthday that I talk about had anything to do with that, right? But for me, I think I've never been the type to count my age. You're my friend, you know that. I'm not a number girl.
I don't know that.
I don't
I was for the last 2 years. Miriam always said, "Oh,
She's 22.
you would think Miriam is like 42." The way she used to,
I-
you know that
yeah.
because so I
I
mean,
thought
you
she
know, you
was-
Yeah,
can't
so-
say,
so-
call out your
Already.
this on this set.
I don't count. I don't count because I feel like when you think numbers, you start putting yourself under pressure.
Right.
Okay.
So I don't count. I just live.
Mm.
So I take every day.
You don't
I take
count.
every day.
Just leave.
I don't count. I just live because I mean, I think now that I think what I just realized about myself was when I started approaching the 3rd floor, like everybody says, it was weird because I was grateful that maybe I wasn't counting. It was one time in my life that I felt like I was not beginning to think about the number. Then I started thinking, hey, what have I not done? What bad behavior can I quickly explore? Because
For a fact, when she was 29, she started doing some strange things. I'm like, what's happening? She tried everything.
no,
Yeah,
no,
How do you know this?
don't say everything.
Don't say. Don't start doing bad things.
I mean, you rather be that person that tried it in your 20s.
No. So the reason was because I didn't want to cross that. You know how we used to be like go to mainland block party, you know. So I just realized that wait, there's some scenes that you go to and you be like my age rate are not here.
Yeah.
So I really didn't want to miss out on a lot of experiences, and I felt it now looked like the time was ticking. And then at some point I'm like, what's wrong with you? Like you still have life.
Long time.
Yeah.
I mean, we all don't know how long we have, but I just told myself that for as long as I'm here, I'm just going to do whatever I want to do at whatever time I want to do it.
Something at heart.
16 actually. I like being a teenager. I'm petty when I want to be. I don't feel old. Do you feel old? My knees are not knocking. Okay, so my advice to persons in their 20s is live every day. Live every day. Stop counting. There is no benchmark. There's no timeline to doing anything that you really want to do in life. So go for it anytime, any day, at any age. Don't put yourself under any pressure. But if things are going well with you, for you in your 20s, I mean, if you see an opportunity to do anything, love, live, laugh, get married, have kids, if you can. But if you miss out on it, please, there's still time to do it as long as you're here. you can get anything done. So just live every day like.
Speaking on getting jobs, at 30. So there is this general thing where they expect most jobs, expectations are between the age of like 28, like some roles. Now, how do you think how does it affect someone that is maybe already at 30? Because I think it sort of limits the kind of opportunities that you might get in employment.
Yeah, so maybe I can start with that one. I think it's changing. The whole workspace is actually moving away from the age barrier. So I don't know about a lot of Nigerian companies right now, but I know like the traditional Nigerian companies, they might still be a little stuck in the past, but the ones that are really coming up are the ones that are trying to be a bit more modern with their work culture and stuff. They just move that.
I don't even think it has to do with modern. I think people now realize that it's more about getting the job done than who is taking the job, right?
Are you okay, well, the culture fit has to be there. And then are you technically or just whatever capable?
Yes,
the capability.
I'm so sorry. The age thing is still gonna work because at the end of the day, you hear people say that they need to still say that the person is smart. They need to still say that the person is still.
So I think when you look at it, we are how we are because of our experiences and our exposure.
Because mind you, I will still show you a 30-year-old person, and I'm like.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Now, there are some people our age that they don't care about what's going on in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Do you get? That's what I'm saying. That some people are so much like some people are like, I'm not your mate. I was telling one of my friends something like, do you know what it's like to be friends with Gen Z?
Yeah.
Like, I have someone that's keeping like I have to start keeping streaks. I don't keep streaks with my age.
That's a shame, but yeah.
But they just help you like just understand what is. So even in my line of job,
or they help you feel young.
I don't know, but
it's more like
I think it's
it just makes you feel cool.
Okay.
Like you're updated.
Yeah, I mean, like,
So sending streaks initially was so weird to me. Like, why do I have to send you something? But now when I see the job, I'm like, I don't want this thing to cut. I'll have the one calling. Hey, our glass is there. Oh.
That's like the fear of missing out thing already with
No, it's fun.
Send streaks, fine.
No, it's fun. So what I'm just trying to say is, the people that were here before us, that means like those that are in their 40s, during their own time, they were moving along with whatever it is. Yeah. For you to be 28, they expect you to have had a couple of job experiences. So, in as much as they are saying, oh, this entry role is not open to 28, because they expect that maybe at that age, you should have at least done some jobs and attained. There are some jobs that are not open.
School at like 25.
Okay, there are some jobs that are open to people that have 10 to 15 years experience. They don't expect anybody less than 28 to have that kind of. That means that job is open to people with. When you look at the experience, that they're looking for people that have gotten to an almost professional level. Do you get? So I don't think age and workspace and all of that, anything is not a life after 30 thing. It's just more of what the job requires, the individual and the work culture and whatever they're looking at.
Now let's speak on marriage, right?
Because I know you're here.
Shooting off what he had said, and I think that's the fundamental expectation from everyone for someone that is 30.
Yeah.
And it's just so I don't understand.
Not for someone that is 30. They expect you to have done it before.
30, yeah.
So like, what
30 is like the town carrier. Oh my God, you never see marriage.
Let's go into like churches and all that to pray. So now, what exactly is the ideal age for marriage? Because I really like it's we've seen people, ladies at the age of 21 get married. Good stuff.
Yeah. Love it.
We've seen men, guys at the age of 25 get married.
Great.
And we've seen parties of like 28, and even at 28 as a lady getting married, they already put you in that space of you're getting married too late. The only reason I can give myself is maybe because of like menopause at 40 or whatever. But I think even if you get married at 30, 10 years is not a short time. For you to get all of your eggs and everything together sorted. So what exactly is the ideal age for marriage? Why is there so much significance at the age of 30 for marriage?
Well, Miriam is weird. And you know it. For me, I grew up in a home that had a very beautiful marriage. Okay. My parents were great. So I have only one goal in life. If I'm doing this,
You have to
it
do
has
that.
to be.
Yeah, right.
And I've realized that you meet a guy, it's sweet, it's rosy. A lot of us like the good parts, but we don't know how to sit through the bad. It took a while for me to even. My dad had died before I realized that at some point at home, my dad wasn't working, but he wasn't showing.
Okay, your mom was supportive.
Yeah, my mom, I mean, the cover up, I don't know how they did it, but it was great. So, I don't know the ideal age for marriage. I just know that the time to marry is when you want. Sometimes you meet the right person. But I used to tell people that two good people can have bad marriages. So it's not about the personality. It's not about the person. It's the commitment, and the commitment goes beyond "I love you." Goes beyond "I'm here for you." It's about it's a test, because we all have siblings that annoy us. Like you live with people that irritate you, that you want to kill sometimes. Like, why are you like this? But you have an option, say you can even live with man. But this is somebody that can annoy you when you are going to bed, and you have to say good morning when you wake up. So you just have to. I think when you find a person that you just know that your existence in the galaxy, like your stars, they shine together. Like when I'm with this person, it's I'm at my best, and when this person is at his worst, I think I can still be there for this. Like when you realize that you're with someone unconditionally, like take out the money, take out the dates, take out, we have TV in our house, we have argument and all of that, and it still makes sense. I am not married, and I can't say I'm under pressure, because I don't know who pressures people, but my mom does not pressure anybody.
And I think you're very lucky for that.
Yeah.
Because again, speaking on this married thing, right? Most parents are actually fundamental problems.
Yeah, so you can't blame it, because it's what they themselves like met.
I said no.
You know
I
why-
said
no,
something.
Hold on. You know, I think that the problem is because most parents have never even laid like such a perfect example for their, for like their kids to want to follow.
Yeah.
Some people are like, if this is what marriage feels like,
I'm
like
not
that,
gonna
I don't
do
think I
this,
want to
yeah.
be.
So
I see some news on Insta blog, like where you feel, or like on some blogs rather, where you feel like when you hear the most insane things, after 15, 20 years of marriage,
They still go
so
like,
it
yeah.
scares people like us to want to, because if these people can decide to go there, like there was after 15, 20 years, what exactly is there for?
I can relate to what you said, and the reason why I say I can relate to it is I've met friends that are like, I can't marry a man like my dad. I don't want. But in my own case, I'll be the luckiest woman to exist.
Man like your dad.
That is half my dad.
Oh wow, that's such a high expectation.
So it's not. I'm not.
Boys of nowadays.
Boys
of nowadays.
No, this is putting in context that my mom didn't have
You
money.
got married on that
My mom was
time,
married. My mom was married to my dad for 9 years.
Okay.
My dad has been late for 22. But if my mom sits here,
they're married for 9 years.
just 9.
Oh wow.
And
So like they were dating, or
their entire time together, marriage was 9 years.
Oh wow.
But he's been dead for 22. But if my mom sits here, we put her on this chair to tell you about marriage, and she tells you a love story, you think they were together for 70. And it's good to see. But I also know that besides parents, a lot of ladies put themselves under pressure. Oh, I want my body to still be banging at 30. I need to have my kids before I'm 30. I need to do this. Someone has told me before that shame me, I want to start having children, so that when my children start doing it at hospital, and they say when we come around, that I'll not be able to compete with other mothers. But wait,
it's a good point.
I said if I go there,
a good point.
yeah, but if I go there,
I want to I think I actually want to feel like I want to be in that same space with my my kid, where
and that's
like take care of my kids.
that's why I wanted to say it's
someone
not
like Sunki
entirely
now, right?
fair to shift the
Sunki has
blame.
a child, and I think
47.
he's actually very. How old is he now?
47.
4. So I think he's really chill that when Sunki is 40, his child is about like maybe 11 or like 10. So it's still like it makes a lot of sense. Not like when you're like 50, you're now doing grandpa duties at that age.
if I'm 50 and my child is 3, as long as I'm happy and that child is born into happiness, I'm okay with it.
It's not at your best, as a mother.
Yes, so I'm not saying late marriage is
something
good.
we're not really thinking about here. You would want to spend as much time with your kids as possible. Let's even leave the inter-house sports and all of these things. Like earlier you have them, and this is me actually
The better.
in support of society.
The better,
where the
actually.
pressure comes from. The earlier you have them,
The better.
the better, because when you are older, I mean, if we're going to consider the average life expectancy of
Yeah,
Of
yeah.
a Nigerian or a Lagosian.
well,
No, so I get what I'm saying.
so
It's
yeah,
cool.
so, like, you want to have them early, so you spend as much time as possible with them, because
like, I mean,
You had 30 dreams.
I had like, when I was at 21, 20, I'm like, okay, at 30, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. But when approaching 26, 27, you just realize that, you know what, this is no race. This is you against you. This is you versus you. So you just need to understand that.
Me versus I.
Yeah, so I just started taking everything as like, you know what? The minute you keep telling yourself that there's a benchmark, that's when there's an issue, right? But when you live life as it's happening, but then again, you're checking yourself. So I always do the reality check thing. Like, there's no one time I'm not checking myself. So I mean, I'm telling myself, oh, I'm trying to get it right. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I'm doing right by my son. I'm doing right by my family. It's like, it's a checklist. So the minute you're checking, irrespective of how life is making them hum, irrespective of the pace, you understand? It can be at 1.5, it can be at, sometimes it can be at 0 point something, like just crawling. But then again, are you moving? Yes, I'm moving. Understand? But is it at the expected pace? No. But then again, are you moving? I am moving. Understand? So all of these things just made me realize, you know what? It doesn't have to be at a certain expectation. I feel like expectation is just what crowds your whole reality.
My advice to folks in their 20s would be to take off the pressure from themselves. You really don't need that. Society is hard enough. Lagos is hard enough. In fact, Nigeria, I mean, we know that story. Be more intentional about living in the present, but plan for your future as well. And I think one thing that should kind of stick with you or just work with you every day is you only fail when you stop trying.
I mean, so now, just to wrap up this particular segment, there's always this game I play with my guests. And just guess that I like. It's called the Never Have I Ever game.
Oh.
So I'm giving you guys souvenir. Thanks for coming.
Are we drinking?
Take. Then take.
I don't understand.
You want to drink?
No, I don't do church.
Wait, can I see the card I gave you? Bring it first. Okay, take. So yeah. So it's never have I ever, right? If you've done it before, you pick I have. If not, you put it.
So give all of us the same time. You'll be a driver.
Never have I ever used a fake ID. I don't see my answer.
Fake ID, woman, no buy to
What is
you.
your driver's license? That is.
I'm let us permit.
You have, okay.
I had now.
Never have I ever used a dating app.
Wait, use, does it include download?
What do you mean?
Just shut up and answer.
No, on their website.
No, I've not used it.
You have!
I have not yet. Reach out.
Do you think that Instagram could also be a dating app?
Yes! Another problem, you
So what's your
have.
answer?
If I put you on that pressure.
It's not pressure, you
Okay,
have.
so what app were you on? Do you want to share? Or it's private?
Instagram is a dating app.
Okay, so what
Is
app?
Instagram a dating app?
It is a dating app.
You don't want to share?
Instagram is a
Okay, so let me tell you my.
I can.
Okay, wait. Let me tell you my own. Wait. So there's this Muslim dating app called Wait now. Oh!
What app? Download it.
Wait.
Was it App Store or Apple Music?
Wait.
They said it that it was. No, they said it that it was.
No. I saw the ad and I thought it was cool. I wanted to see what goes on there. So I downloaded it. And I said I should snap my picture.
So
I said I cannot snap my picture, so I did not
I'm sweating.
finish my sign up and I did not meet anybody. And that's another app too. That one name is Salam. And that one, they are plenty
You
Nigeria.
download that one too.
I was just looking at the about, but
The
never,
second dating app you downloaded, but you never used it.
I didn't use it, but I just downloaded. I wanted to see what's going on there. Other people used to do this thing, but I swear I don't have any reason to lie.
Next, never have I ever dated a younger person.
Like older than my boyfriend.
Miriam, just answer yes or no.
Give people 2 cards. Would have kept no sure as third option. 2. What would you expect with that? So the next is never have I ever liked to get out of plan with friends. I want to see how come answer.
Yes.
Finally, everybody's honest.
Be honest on this.
Never have I ever ghosted someone.
Shit. No, I don't go.
Say what? Oh, you ask.
I did not
What's
go.
the question I want to ask?
The person need to buy you think goes the person.
No, I must have known.
You
running
I said
I
no.
came back. People start this thing again.
I said no to the
That's how I used to
proposal.
lie everywhere.
Okay, so
I did not lie now.
now to the final segment of the game. It's no longer I have or have not. It's just called pop up. I will say a word and then you tell me what comes to your mind.
Okay.
My head though.
You're good?
Yeah.
30 plus.
Love.
Money.
Miriam.
Miriam.
And guys, at the end of the show, join us next week, same time. Same
I know why you called my name.
Just also like, subscribe, share. Until the next time, I remain your host.